The most important thing is your well-being and your health and your recovery, and on behalf of all of us here.
When Courtney Hadwin first stepped onto the stage of America's Got Talent in 2018, nobody knew that the shy teenage girl from County Durham, England, would soon become a household name. At just 13 years old, Courtney shocked the audience and the judges with a voice far beyond her years. Her raspy, soulful tone and electrifying stage presence reminded many of legends like Janis Joplin and Tina Turner. In her very first audition, she appeared nervous and quiet, but as soon as the music started, she transformed into a rock star. The crowd roared with excitement, and Simon Cowell, known for his tough and often cold criticism, looked stunned. Judge Howie Mandel was so impressed that he slammed the golden buzzer, sending her straight to the live shows. That audition alone went viral, gaining hundreds of millions of views online. Suddenly, Courtney Hadwin went from a small-town girl to one of the most talked-about contestants in AGT history. The world was captivated by her, and Simon Cowell believed he had discovered a once-in-a-generation talent. But behind the applause, Courtney's journey was not as easy as it seemed, and the fame that lifted her to stardom would soon also weigh heavily on her young shoulders. Simon Cowell has always been known for his blunt honesty, sharp tongue, and tough love approach. Over the years, he has discovered and nurtured many stars through shows like American Idol, Britain's Got Talent, and America's Got Talent. But with Courtney Hadwin, something was different. Simon didn't just see another contestant with potential, he saw a unique artist who could truly change the music industry. He praised her originality, her confidence on stage, and her ability to control an audience in ways few young singers could. Though Simon rarely shows vulnerability on camera, Courtney struck a chord deep within him. He called her extraordinary and believed she was destined for greatness. But when the dark side of fame began to affect her, Simon felt devastated. The very girl he thought would soar to the top was being weighed down by bullying, criticism, and self-doubt. For a man who built his career on tough exteriors, Simon found himself emotionally invested in Courtney's struggles. At one point, hearing about what she was going through even brought him to tears. For him, it wasn't just about a TV show contestant, it was about a young girl with immense talent facing hardships that no child should have to endure. Courtney's rise to fame came with both praise and pain. Her audition clip gained over 200 million views in just a few months, making her one of the most viral AGT contestants ever. But with sudden online fame came a wave of negativity. People on the internet began criticizing her unique singing style, accusing her of shouting instead of singing. Some even suggested that she faked her shyness to manipulate viewers. Old videos from her time on The Voice Kids UK and school performances were dug up, and critics claimed her AGT story was exaggerated for drama. For a 13-year-old girl, this backlash was overwhelming. The hate didn't stop online, it followed her into school. Classmates teased her, mocked her raspy voice, and made her school life unbearable. Worse still, some online trolls went beyond harsh comments and began sending death threats. These cruel attacks left Courtney scared and insecure. The joy she once felt while singing was replaced with fear and anxiety. Simon Cowell, who had championed her talent, was heartbroken. He knew fame could be harsh, but seeing a teenager crushed by it was almost unbearable. For Courtney, the dream of being a singer had suddenly turned into a nightmare, and the world was watching as she struggled to cope. The bullying and negativity eventually started affecting Courtney's mental health. By the time she was 15, she began isolating herself and staying away from the spotlight. Instead of enjoying her teenage years, she spent long hours locked in her room, scrolling through online comments that tore her apart. She even admitted later that she looked up ways to damage her vocal cords, feeling that her voice, the very gift that made her famous, had also become a curse. This shocking revelation showed just how deeply the hate had hurt her. She no longer felt safe being herself, and music, which once brought her joy, had become a heavy burden. Simon Cowell, who had envisioned a bright future for her, was devastated to learn how badly she was suffering. For a man who rarely shows emotion publicly, Simon broke down when he realized that Courtney's pain was so deep that she had even considered self-harm. It was a reminder of how cruel fame could be for young artists. Courtney's story also highlighted how dangerous online bullying can be, especially for teenagers thrust into the spotlight. Instead of celebrating her gift, many tried to tear her down, and the weight of it nearly destroyed her dreams. Through all of this, Courtney's family stood by her side. Her parents and grandparents often defended her against online critics, and her father tried to keep her spirits high by reminding her that even the biggest stars face hate. He compared her to artists like Ed Sheeran, who also faced rejection and criticism before becoming global icons. Still, the constant negativity made life difficult for the Hadwin family. Her mother admitted that she often feared for Courtney's well-being, worried about the pressure of fame on such a young girl. But with time, Courtney slowly started to heal. She realized she couldn't let the trolls control her future. In later interviews, she said she learned to ignore the hate and focus only on the positive comments and supportive fans. Her confidence began to return, and so did her love for music. Simon Cowell, along with other judges like Howie Mandel, continued to publicly support her, calling her shyness authentic and praising her bravery on stage. These words helped Courtney regain hope. Step by step, she started to believe in herself again, not as a victim of bullying, but as an artist ready to take control of her career and prove her doubters wrong. As Courtney matured, she began to understand that the music industry wanted to mold her into something she wasn't. Early songwriting sessions pushed her toward generic pop tracks that didn't fit her soulful rock style. This left her feeling lost and misrepresented. But things changed when she began working with producer Kevin Bowe. Instead of forcing her into formulas, he encouraged her to embrace her authentic voice and write songs that reflected her true feelings. This collaboration gave Courtney new confidence and a sense of creative freedom. In 2023, she released her first independent singles, including Breakable and That Girl Don't Live Here. These songs showed a more mature side of her artistry, combining jazz, rock, and pop influences while allowing her to control her own story. For the first time, she felt like she was creating music on her own terms. Her song Monsters even charted on Billboard's hard rock digital song sales, proving that she could succeed without being forced into the mainstream pop mold. Simon Cowell expressed pride in seeing her return to music, no longer broken by hate, but stronger and more determined than ever before. Courtney's comeback wasn't just about releasing new songs, it was about reclaiming her identity as an artist. She began performing live again, with one of her biggest moments being at the Clive Davis Gala at Carnegie Hall in 2024. Her return to the stage proved she still had the same fire and charisma that first wowed audiences years earlier. Fans were thrilled to see her back, not as a nervous teenager, but as a confident young woman determined to do things her way. In 2025, she announced her first UK headline tour, with shows in London, Birmingham, and Manchester. The excitement around her performances showed that her fan base had not only stayed loyal but had grown even stronger. Courtney herself declared that she was no longer the 13-year-old girl from AGT, but an independent artist charting her own path. Her words, "I'm doing it my way and my way only," reflected her growth and determination. For Simon Cowell, watching her rise again was deeply emotional. After seeing her nearly break under the weight of fame, her resilience and comeback were a powerful reminder of why he believed in her from the very beginning. Courtney Hadwin's journey is one of both pain and triumph. From her early days singing in local schools and on The Voice Kids UK, to her breakout moment on America's Got Talent, her story has been full of highs and lows. She went from a shy, quiet girl to a viral sensation who stunned the world with her powerful voice. But along with fame came bullying, online hate, and the mental health struggles that almost made her give up. What makes her story powerful is not just her talent, but her strength to rise above it all. She transformed her struggles into fuel for her artistry, choosing independence over being controlled by record labels. Today, she is not just known as the teenager who shocked Simon Cowell, but as a young woman who fought through darkness and came out stronger. Simon's tears weren't just about sadness, they were about pride, relief, and hope for a girl he believed could change music. Courtney's story is proof that even when fame tries to break you, resilience and passion can rebuild you stronger than ever. And for Simon, her mentor and supporter, watching her shine again has been nothing short of emotional. Simon Cowell did not become a household name overnight. His journey to fame was filled with both failures and successes that shaped him into the man we know today. Early in his career, Simon worked in the music industry but struggled to find his place. He held small jobs at record labels and even faced setbacks when some of his early projects failed. But Simon had a strong belief in his instincts, especially when it came to spotting musical talent. He had a sharp ear for what audiences would love and a fearless attitude that allowed him to take risks. His big break came in the 1990s and early 2000s, when he began signing and producing acts that went on to sell millions of records. Eventually, Simon became widely recognized for his role as a judge on shows like Pop Idol, American Idol, The X Factor, and Britain's Got Talent. His blunt honesty, combined with his talent for discovering stars, helped him gain worldwide fame and respect. Today, Simon is not only a television personality but also a music mogul who has built a powerful empire. What makes Simon Cowell so unique is the way he changed both the music and television industries. Before Simon, talent shows were not as big as they are now. He helped turn them into massive global events that millions of people tune into every week. Shows like American Idol and The X Factor did not just entertain audiences, they launched the careers of many famous artists. Stars like Kelly Clarkson, Leona Lewis, One Direction, Susan Boyle, and Fifth Harmony all rose to fame because Simon believed in them. His shows gave ordinary people from small towns a chance to become international superstars. Simon's tough love approach also became part of his trademark. While some saw him as harsh, others admired his honesty, because he told contestants exactly what he thought without sugarcoating it. This made him a figure people either loved or loved to hate, but it kept audiences glued to their screens. Simon's mix of talent spotting skills and his bold personality left a permanent mark on the entertainment world. While Simon is known for his tough and sometimes cold personality on screen, those who know him personally describe him as surprisingly warm, loyal, and caring. Over the years, Simon has shared glimpses of his personal life that show a very different side of him. He is a father to his son Eric, and becoming a dad has softened his public image in many ways. He often speaks about how much joy and happiness fatherhood has brought him. Simon has also been open about his struggles, such as health issues and lifestyle changes. After experiencing a serious back injury from a bike accident, Simon had to completely rethink his health and fitness. This experience made him appreciate life more and pushed him to live healthier. In addition, Simon is known for his charity work. He has supported causes related to children, animals, and healthcare. These personal aspects of Simon's life show that beyond the sharp-tongued judge, there is a man who deeply cares about his family, his health, and helping others. Beyond television and music talent shows, Simon Cowell is also a sharp businessman who built a massive empire. He founded Psycho Entertainment, a company that has been involved in music, television, and film. Under Psycho, Simon managed some of the biggest acts to come out of his shows, including One Direction, Little Mix, and Il Divo. These groups did not just become famous, they became global sensations, selling millions of records and performing in sold-out arenas around the world. Simon had the vision to create not just singers but entire brands that fans could connect with. He turned unknown performers into household names and made talent shows into platforms where careers could be launched. Psycho also produced international versions of The X Factor and Got Talent, making Simon's influence stretch across dozens of countries. His business success is proof that he is not just a judge with strong opinions but also a mastermind who knows how to turn talent into long-term success. This business side of Simon is often overlooked but is a huge reason why he became one of the most powerful figures in entertainment. As Simon Cowell continues to shape the music and television industries, his legacy grows stronger with each passing year. Many people see him as the man who redefined what it means to be a star maker. His shows gave regular people, with no access to the music industry, a chance to stand on stage and change their lives forever. Even though he has faced criticism for being too harsh, Simon's honesty has pushed many contestants to improve and strive for greatness. His influence will likely last for generations, because the artists he discovered will continue to inspire future singers and performers. Moreover, his style of reality competition shows has been copied around the world, proving how powerful his ideas have been. From launching chart-topping artists to changing the way audiences enjoy television, Simon Cowell's mark is impossible to ignore. Whether people love him or criticize him, there is no denying that he transformed the world of entertainment and created opportunities that never existed before. That is the true legacy Simon Cowell will leave behind.